This is a record of the inspections of 12450 Montana, McKinney, Texas. The foundation is pretty good, but around it there's one or two spots which are easy to take care of, and it's not a real problem, but it could become a problem in the future. This is the post-tension cable, and that's the post-tension cable head, and right here you can see the end of it, post-tension end. That should be covered with a mortar. It's called parging, and the nail heads, there's one or two nail heads showing, they should be covered also. That's just something to think about going forward. It certainly doesn't really detract from the building. What we're concerned about is in the future these points, the post-tension cable and the nail heads, could rust, and that can damage them, or it can allow water to get into the foundation. If it freezes, it can crack it. So it's a sort of a take care of the property type thing. It's not a great deal, but you know, parging the top of the post-tension cables is a good idea. Start off with an examination of the foundation. We're going to be looking for correct grading, possibility of cracks, anything that might indicate an issue with the foundation itself. We're now going to inspect the grading around the house. The grading is required to drop 6 inches in 10 feet, and it's clearly doing that here. We've got a good slope. Look at the grading down the right side of the property, and the grading looks good along there. We'll have a look around the other side of the fence later, but the grading looks good. Grading on this side, well, it's not dropping the 6 inches in 10 feet, but it is dropping. This is the swale running down here, which will mean the property will drain. So I'm okay about that. I don't think it's a problem. Yeah, okay. Here again, it's not got the 10 foot, but I prefer it to be up. The foundation, it really is supporting the foundation well. I prefer that to having a lot of foundation exposed, but a large drop in the grading. So grading, okay. Let's look at the grading on the other side of the yard we couldn't see. Okay, grading's fine. So grading's okay. We're now examining the roof. This is to establish whether or not there are any missing shingles or other problems with the roof. There was a major storm passed through this area about 18 months, 2 years ago, and a lot of the roofs were replaced. I have no way of telling whether this roof was replaced, but you should ask the owner. They should be able to tell you if it was. It's looking in very good condition. All the penetrations are sealed correctly. We also examine the roof from the inside, the intention being to see what its structure's like and everything. I rarely, if ever, walk on roofs. The reason I don't walk on one is that it's a technical issue. These shingles adhere to the roof through a heat activated glue that's on the shingle itself, and so when it gets hot it melts and it causes the shingle to stick tightly on. Now, while walking on the roof doesn't necessarily cause it damage, when it gets hot, and it's well into the 80s, getting on to 90 now, when it gets hot it starts to actually cause a problem with the roof itself if you're actually walking on those shingles. You know, you don't want shingles to be hit by... I was saying you don't want shingles to be hit by hail. Equally as much, you don't want to walk on roofs unnecessarily. So the only time I'll climb on a roof is I've really got a problem, and then I'll go up and examine it closely. That protects the roof and ensures that, you know, you're not actually damaging the roof just by actually examining and inspecting the roof. Inspection is supposed to be a non-destructive process. Pay particular attention to around the satellite dishes. I'll make sure that they're all good. Yeah, it's very clean install. That's good. Yes, the roof is looking in good condition. There's a couple of points where the decking beneath is a bit out of shape with the rest of it, but that's no more than normal. It's in good condition. We're now in the attic. We're now inspecting the attic. We're looking at the penetrations and the structure. Everything seems to be in good order. I'm not going to film the whole examination because I need both my hands free.